everyone. Today's lesson is on extinction. So, what we're going to be talking about today is how have changes on Earth resulted in extinction. So most of you have probably heard of extinction before. And extinction is where an entire species of animals die out. So if you look over here, this is the dodo bird, and the dodo bird is an extinct species of organism. So just a reminder, a species is a group of organisms that share common traits and can breed with each other and produce fertile offspring. It's very important that you understand that if you are an organism in the same species, you can breed with each other and you have fertile offspring. That means that your babies can actually grow up and reproduce also. Okay? So, how have changes on Earth resulted in extinction? Well, more than 99% of all the species that once lived on Earth are said to be extinct. So over 1 billion extinct species of organisms. There's going to be something that we look at next lesson called mass extinction. And this is going to be where large percentages of species on Earth become extinct in a short period of time. And we'll focus on that in the next lesson. These mass extinctions are normally due to sudden environmental factors, major climate changes, and a mass extinction would be considered what caused the dinosaurs to become extinct. So, evolutionary pressure is basically natural selection. So, if populations of organisms do not adapt to their environment due to natural selection, they will go extinct. So, what you notice over here in the picture is you see in a case where this tree is kind of a whitish color, the moths that are kind of this gray color stand out, and so the bird's eating the gray moths. If you notice the picture on the right, pollution has kind of caused the tree to be a little bit sootier, so now the moths that are white stand out, so now the birds are going to eat the white moths. So this is the same. This is the same scenarios as like the light frogs and the dark green frogs, the light green frogs, the dark green frogs, the brown rabbits and the white rabbits, depending on what environment that they're in. So evolutionary pressure is basically, this is normal. This is something that the environment, depending on the environment that you're living in, this is how natural selection works. The environment is going to be better suited for some organisms than others. So this is natural. So extinction is a process that is a natural process. Organisms will either adapt and change and they will evolve to fit in the environment, or they will go extinct. So human impacts, we've had industry, which causes pollution, habitat destruction, farming, things like erosion, pesticides that we put on crops, forestry, a lot of habitat destruction, commercial fishing. Most of the time, this is dealing with overfishing. So you are going out and you are netting an entire group of, like you're netting a whole bunch of fish, or you're collecting a whole bunch of mussels or clams or crabs or oysters. And if you harvest too many, then there's not enough to actually go through and reproduce. Human impacts have actually speeded up extinction. So we have caused, based on these factors, doing these things, these impacts, they've actually changed the environment, and this has caused the extinction of organisms to increase. Introducing invasive species which outcompete native species. An invasive species is a species that is introduced into an area and it's not supposed to be there. One of the examples, and we'll actually look at this in our ecology unit, is the Burmese python. And it has now become a major influence or impact in Florida. It's not supposed to be there, but it got introduced there. The temperature, the climate is good for the Burmese python, and they are actually thriving. And so they're starting to outcompete other organisms, and they're an invasive species. They've been having issues with them in different communities, and it's been a very, very big issue. And that's just one of many. Zebra mussels in the Great Lakes area. Things in our area, thing like the emerald ash borer, which has killed tremendous amounts of ash tree, the woolly adelgid, which has killed a lot of our evergreen trees. You have all sorts of different invasive species that are here. So here are some things that you should think about and some terms that you should know. You should understand extinction. You should understand species. You should understand mass extinction. And you definitely should understand this idea of the theory of evolution by natural selection. So if you have any questions with the lesson, please stop into office hours. And if by chance, if 1 to 2 p.m. Monday through Friday doesn't work for you, please message me and tell me a time that would work, as far as if you need some one-on-one help with anything, or if you need to actually talk me through something. We can actually hold a Zoom meeting, and it doesn't have to be 1 to 2 p.m. So let me know if you need any help with anything, and I hope you understand about extinction. All right, talk to you later. Bye-bye.